We're going to Spain.
We're going to Spain.
We are going to Spain. You know, I think the music worked, and it faded in and it faded out and everything, didn't it?
It did. Yeah. It's like that you got a tech support team to tell you how to use.
Yeah, it's called Ryan Gray told me which setting to hit on the StreamYard. But you know, we will take it as we can get it. We got music. Look at that. We're just gonna nothing like royalty-free Spanish music. There we go. We you know what we haven't done? Oh no, we did. I was gonna say we've done this whole time in Spain for the number of years we've been there. Now 3. This is our 3rd together there, right? Or is it our 4th? We've never done flamenco, but there was flamenco at the Crust Fest the first year, wasn't there?
There was.
Yeah. So, but besides that,
that's the one that I actually missed that. Well, I had the invite, and it's the day that I walked something like 20,000 steps by lunchtime around the booths, and I was like, I'm too tired to actually even. I need to have a power nap.
That's right. It was just me and BC. Oh, and you bailed out of Crest Fest that time. Yeah, it was in the old castle, and they had the flamenco. Besides that, there's not been much flamenco.
There's so many. Do you know what? That's some area. Like before we even talk about the Fira and ISE, that's one thing about Barcelona. There is so much to see that you forget to visit. You know, even if you have spare time, where you're going to end up going. We haven't even introduced myself. I'm Justin Dawson over in Ireland. Yeah, and to the right that way.
No, other way. Yeah, there you go. You got it.
Is my co-host with the information of everything that's going on that I just follow around to go where we go next.
It works. It works. I'm Joe Way. Yeah. You kind of think about this. So here's a question. We are both seasoned podcasters. Yes. When people like, my intro to Hired AV, hey, welcome to the Hired AV podcast. My name is Joe Way. I'm your host. But don't people already know who the hosts are? And when they listen to all things techie, don't they already know it's you? Yet we still have this habit of introducing ourselves.
I think it's good. It's an old radio habit. Like you listen to some of the radio stations here in Ireland, and you know the names, but sometimes people mix up names of presenters. So that's where I'm just gonna walk around and go at ISE. It's like, you're Joe. It's like, yeah, I am.
Oh, yeah. So
I am DJ Jazzy Joe.
Something like that.
Yeah. No. Well, maybe on day 4.
Something. What about when
AI takes over our show? Because AI will be all over ISE.
And don't forget, we do video of this podcast as well, so we can just get AI to replace us and just send text.
Well, I can tell you, AI would definitely make a better looking version of me.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So you know what? The AI can't all be bad, right?
No. Do you know what? That is going to be the buzzword once again at ISE.
AI.
And we have to get to the stage of going. I don't know which podcast I was listening to, but I think a couple of people have said it in the past week or months, is that, yes, we have to get away from the boost telling us it's AI when you just go, no, that's what your system always did. You just placed that lovely acronym on top of your product.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like, especially when you come to the likes of digital mixing desks, it's like, and it has AI. That's now, no, it's like you have just put it through a piece of software that is multi-mixing. That's nothing.
This is the whole thing. Like, and I get it because it's marketing buzz, right? If you don't say you're AI, then, you're being left behind. But I think what people have to recognize, there's a difference between AI, machine learning, and simply processing data, right? And I think that's where, to me, for it to be true AI, it has to make a decision. And it can be a very informed decision. It has to be made up. I know people have this crazy fear of AI. But it needs to make a decision, or else it's just, if it's improving itself and adding data to its library, that's just machine learning.
Mhm.
If it's just giving you a feedback off of something from a database, well, then that's just basically fancy Google, right? That's
Mhm.
just a process. So I think the key is making it make a decision. And outside of, but I think there are products, take like the Hudley Crew. I think that automated camera is making a decision of
Yeah.
which, do I put 2 people in this? Do I do that? Now, and they've done a great job, bringing that forward and improving that. First couple of years when we first saw it, a little choppy. Now it's getting better. But it's because it's making better decisions, right? So I think that's the one thing I'm going to ask when I go see booths and people say AI, AI, AI. My question is going to be, what decisions is it making?
Yeah, and like you can look like at some of the Nareva stuff and the microphone mist technology. That is obviously scanning the room constantly and figuring out what communications and what talks are going on and what's happening on in the background. I think that's and you see a lot of it in audio. If you show me, and actually I'm going to go down this whole rabbit hole now because I think that we should really kick off the program with the questions that you and I have been both getting, Joe, which is the fact that HETMA is going into Europe.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
HETMA's going to Europe?
Yeah, I just said, I just
Oh, yeah.
decided to grease your hand that you gave me a job.
We've only been obnoxiously, talking about it for the last month here, and hitting the social. So if anyone missed it, it would be hard to miss, right? That HETMA has a booth CS220 on the show floor. And this is it. This is the whole why, AV Magazine already did a little spotlight on you that we've got you coming out as an executive with HETMA to help us. So I'm going to throw it to you. Why?
Because there's a lot of countries that are not being represented yet in Europe. And we mean over the higher ed vertical here that, a lot of universities might go to ISE or similar trade shows locally, but they don't know there is an advocacy group that is now going global that is supporting the higher ed vertical.
Exactly. And I think that's it. I think a lot of times we pigeonhole certain markets. Like, for example, North America, we say, it's typically 5 big cities in the US, but there's a lot more to it with Canada and the Americas and the Caribbean that are all involved in North America.
You always
I think,
forget about Canada, don't you? Those Canadians up there.
Or should I now call them the 51st state? Or am I not allowed to?
If you want to get political in this program.
Hey, you know what? The 51st state. I didn't make it up. I'm just saying. No, I don't want to lose our Canadian viewers and listeners.
Or like whatever.
But then again, I don't know. They might be for it. So I actually don't know.
Don't stick the stars and stripes on Alaska or somewhere like that.
Well, they're already on Alaska. We already have Alaska. That was the 49th state.
But Greenland. What the Trump
Greenland. Yes, that's right. So, all right, but then again, then you take a EMEA market, right? And a lot of times people just think the UK, right? And we forget about a lot of the other countries and all the spend there.
Breaking news. I'm over in Ireland. It's not part of England. I'm down south.
Wait, what? You're not #AV Brit?
I'm an adopted AV Brit.
Yeah. Adopted, yeah.
Yeah. It depends who offers me the parties, Joe,
Oh, that's right. You switch as needed, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I understand that. And that's exactly the whole point, though, right? Is how can we bring an advocacy organization for multiple for all the various countries that have spend within the EMEA market? And that's just, it's Europe, but that's also Northern Africa. That's the Middle East, right? There's a big play here for these markets, and to be able to help our members and hopefully to grow the members is the whole point of the booth there, to be able to give them that access that may not always be there, right? And I think, as we start to do that, we kind of take these chunks around the globe and offer this organization and the access and the resources that we have, I think we become this kind of global power. We already know that we are
Mm.
as a higher ed vertical, but that gives us that opportunity to share that knowledge, develop with one another. And I think that's really, really the key.
And the problem is that I've noticed a lot of the associations across Europe is very ed tech driven. And there is ed techs in there that have the audiovisual knowledge, and maybe it is, for a better word, separating some of that fully. Like there is trade shows that go across Europe, very ed tech, very looking at the pedagogy of stuff and not looking at the tech, and that's where we need to switch it a bit and offer these alternatives. And so how am I linking this in with what we were previously talking about, AI? I'm looking forward to someone coming up to us at the HETMA booth and going, we have some great software that is AI. It's like, really? Software? AI? I like hearing about software that's AI. We're going to offer you an auto translate because, Justin, you don't speak Spanish, you don't speak German, you don't speak French, you don't speak Italian. There we go.
Oh, look at that. And you're right, because think about, it's funny because we had this conversation as a board the other day, thinking, okay, well, as we start to grow, we're going to do our lunch and learns. Well, we do them in 1:30 p.m., which is 10:30 a.m. Pacific on Fridays. Well, that's not going to work for all the UK market, right? And or the Europe market. Or
That's right.
what about when we get all the way? What about the people in the Baltic countries? That doesn't work. Dubai, that doesn't work. That's the middle of the night. So, and then we thought, well, now we have language issues, right? And now, obviously, more people speak English. It kind of works across a lot of the countries. But in theory, I love that. Where can we find AI to throw onto? How about our show like this? How about throwing it onto our lunch and learns? How about throwing it onto our virtual conference that can be able to have have that translation into whatever language? Like, I think as we grow globally, one thing I look at, I know we're kind of going off of ISE, but look at this. 3 weeks after ISE, we do HETMA, we have our annual virtual conference. Well, it's set to be 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific time, which is basically 1 to 6 Eastern. Well, why can't it be 24 hours? And the different regions around the world take over as it gets more into their workday.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, it might be short of doing it for this year, but like there is plenty of material and room for those things to happen.
Absolutely.
And like HETMA is sponsored by a lot of different companies, but you might see a different approach by that company depending on which territory they are going into. And that's where the likes of one company might be talking to a lot of higher ed in UK, Ireland, and over in America be a totally different approach to higher ed. And that's what we need to really zone in on going forward. The budgets, we know, we've talked about this a lot. If you haven't listened to previous podcasts, we talk about it a lot. The big guns versus the small. Like, don't forget, over in the States there, Joe is in the top 10. Is it top 5? Could we go top 5? Universities globally, and big enough revenue. Like, I think the best line that you have told me is that like your American football matches earn like over $1 million per game. And then you actually know that students are paying absolutely a price of a house to attend university over in America versus we give free undergraduate education, and the price of 3-year courses in Ireland versus a 1-year course in America is just phenomenally different. So, but with that in mind, you have more revenue, you have more budget, you can buy more tech, and then so it's, I think those manufacturers is what we need to approach as well. And as you say, if we were doing a virtual conference it's thankfully because it's virtual. Hey, we did it all the way through COVID of all hours of the day, and then
Yep.
like who decides what hour is happy hour then, Joe?
It's all happy.
Everything's happy.
We're all happy. We are happy 24/7. Hey, you know what? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, that's what I really enjoyed in Vegas. Like just like actually sending messages back to when we were going to parties, peerless parties, late into the night, which is early hours of the morning in Ireland. I
Mhm.
just go, good morning. I've been out
You're
all
just
night.
walking out of Peerless at 5 a.m. and your house, your people back home are already getting off to school and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the enjoyable thing. But no, that's where I think AI has huge value. You know, you mix the fact that it's the beginning of the year and you have the Consumer Electronics Show, which I always love looking at the tech from the Consumer Electronics Show because sometimes it does link in nicely with what's going to happen at ISE. And of course, you've been to NAM as well, which you see the microphones that you might see coming out at ISE. We can't break any
Mhm.
disclosure agreements, I'm afraid. But with that in mind, VLC Media came out and said that they're bringing out a live stream auto translate system, and VLC being open source, so like it is there.
Yep.
It's just how can we exploit that more? And I know there was a booth in the past. And the really nice thing about where we are at ISE with the booth is that we be around all the innovation areas. And I think it's key. Come to us, talk to us, because if you have some new product, we want to hear about it and see how we can exploit that into a global. Yes, we can say global.
Absolutely. I'm really interested about this and you just brought it come to a central. I mean, you don't get as more central of a booth than CS 220 where we're going to be, right? So we are going to have everybody. If you can't find us, I don't know where you're going because
Just go up. Just go up. Yeah.
and you're going to be that main walkway. We're there in and out of the main halls. But also, I think the key is, I also think this is going to be, I don't want to say a transitional year, transformational year, because I actually don't think we're going to see a lot of amazing new tech. I think we saw the biggest hurdle and kind of jump, post pandemic with everybody kind of bringing in hybrid and all that stuff. So I don't think we're going to see a dramatic shift, but I do think that there's huge opportunities for, looking at, remote management and control and monitoring those things that make it so that as techs, we no longer have to run into rooms to solve things.
Well,
And
look, you hit a nail on the head there, Joe. Like there's still, I know over in Ireland, a lot of it is right. COVID's over. Okay, I know COVID ended a couple of years back, but it's the whole idea of like, right, why do we need to have hybrid rooms or high flex rooms, whichever buzzword you want to use on that? But multi-purpose rooms like that we can stream. Why do we need them? All the students are back. Well, you get disasters like what's happened over in California there with you, Joe, and you have then in Ireland, we had the definition of a hurricane with the status red, which closed down the whole of Ireland. Like, schools were closed, everything. And people said, did you work? I was like, no, I actually really didn't work. There was a storm going on, but like, when you say the campus is closed, the campus is closed, but versus like the campus could be open if we decided to stream this content online like we did during COVID.
Yep.
Yeah, and,
That's
and
what
you probably did the same, like when you had to close campus there because of the wildfires.
with the fires. Exactly. And here's the thing, we were able to transition immediately, right? I think that this is one of the things that there's no longer an excuse.
No.
Right? I mean, there will be, it won't necessarily be a pandemic, but natural disasters, wildfires like for us, storms for you, storms in the, south of the US. I mean, getting snow on the tropical beaches is unthinkable, right? I mean, like, these are things that happen, and we have to be prepared. There is no excuse, right?
Mhm.
Now, I think if the university makes that strategic choice, then
Yes.
often there's a lot you can't do about it, right? But also they can't make the strategic choice and then come to you later and say, "Hey, how come we couldn't do X, Y, Z?" See, I said Z for you, not X, Y,
Yes.
Z, X, Y, Z. And because the strategy informs the daily work, right? And so the daily work has to be aligned all the way up to the top. And like I said, even as administrators, I wouldn't want to be an administrator, an executive at the university who had to close campus for 4 days. And when people say, "Where did you do hybrid learning?" You go, "Yeah, well, no, because I made a decision 2 years ago that we don't want to do that." Right? Like,
Mm.
you have to be able to be forward thinking, strategic in
Like,
those ways.
and you need to be forward strategic thinking, that you can't just flick a switch and just say, right, you have the software, you have, and I think there's still, and again, you could say the difference of budgets and everything like that, but be able to turn around and say, this is where I go. One size doesn't always fit all across a university campus with regards to tech, but where I would put a one size fits all for a lecturer or member of staff who is teaching, to say, right, should a disaster happen, you all have the same laptop, you still all have the same webcams, you all have the same piece of software that you can teach from home. That's where I would be pushing things like that. And be able to just go, right, flick a switch and you are there.
Yep.
Like, a lot of the universities will have their own preferred supplier for a laptop and so forth. But you need to have the software. You need to be, usually it's just a laptop. They're not providing like the camera and the microphone for each one of the lecturers at home to sit and teach from home. Now, you may correct me and go, no, Justin, we do that over in UCLA.
Yeah. Well, we don't do a lot. I mean, we're upgrading our stuff. But you know what just dawned on me? You're wearing a Liverpool sweatshirt.
I am. We're top of the
Why
league
would you do that?
because
know?
Aston Villa, I don't even know
Villa,
where.
up with the Villa. We know that, right?
Yeah, but
There's some people going off to a Barcelona game at ISE, but I won't be able to, won't be there long enough. But some people who are going early. I was like,
nice.
But I get to work. Are you ready for this? So, the reason I'm changing my flight, or I changed my flight to come out early, is because we have an all-day virtual thing on campus
Well, there you go.
on the
There's
Friday.
Yeah.
Right. And so I get to, it's normal business hours, in LA, but so I get to do it from 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. in Barcelona from the hotel room on Friday. So,
Nice. Nice.
well, but that's what you do, right? So I'm doing the red eye on Thursday all the way across the pond.
So are they giving you a budget to do it virtually while you're drinking sangria on this virtual conference in Spain?
When we break for lunch and I come back with a big old plate of paella and bravas, people will be like, "Wait, where are you at?" Like, is that flamenco music I hear out the window? We've got our hotel we're staying at right there on La Rambla, overlooking the street. So, I may or may not have paella and bravas. And do you think I can make sangria look like Coca-Cola or something?
Of course. Well, like
Well, I can't now that I just said it on the show.
Yeah, well, yeah, we you don't even edit any of this show anyway, so yeah, that's that gone.
Yeah, you know what? It's okay. I can wait till after I'm done at 1 a.m. to walk outside and get a sangria. And I'm going to try to golf the next morning on Saturday.
Oh,
Now I have the whole day, right? Because I had to come in early. I was going to land at in the afternoon on Saturday. I'm like, now I'm going to go golf. Might as well.
Do you not feel that you're going to be jet lagged by the time you get off the plane?
You know what? It is what it is. Right? It's always, and then people start coming in, you start partying, and you just get a power nap. So, and this is so here's my secret. Actually, so funny thing is, I had this conversation, saw Damien, one of our Prism scholars at NAM this week, and got him, into one of the VIP parties and hung out. And it took, did dinner and stuff. And he made he asked me a question. He's like, because he came out to Infocom and was talking about how great it is. Like, I'm just like, how do you do it? Like, how do you do 20? It's like you're there the first thing in the morning. You're the last to leave all the stuff. You're standing on your feet. He's like, how do you do it? And I said, here's my secret. So this is ISE tip number 1 for
We
listening.
need a sound effect for this.
Well, hold on. Let me see what I can do. Hold on.
Sound effect. Even just magical fairy dust sound effect.
How about that?
Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, Party Central. Okay. Go for it.
All right. So now,
Joe
ISE pro tip number 1. Making it through the week is 90% mental. It is not physical. Never mind the pictures that went around of me passed out on the show floor, falling asleep, not drunk, passed out on Thursday at the or after that pre-list party. So forget that. That was one time, and it was only for 30 minutes, and I heard you all talking about me. Okay, so I wasn't actually out. All right. So now, besides that, here's how you do it. It is
Joe
not
fell asleep on a bus with me at ISE one year. I won't say where, but he did.
Oh well, but again, I didn't. They didn't leave me behind. It was power napping. So we're gonna. Well, hold on. Wait. Now I have 2. Hold on. Okay, so number 1, I haven't gotten to number 1. So number 1 pro tip
part of Joe of the Across the Pond podcast, and now it's time for tips with Joe.
Tips with Joe. All right, 1. Now I haven't gotten to 1 yet. It's all mental. Remember, 90% mental. It is not a 4 or 5 day show. It is 1. So like 100-hour day. So people go, oh, it's 4 days, 5 days. No, it's not. It's one long day. And so there's no stopping. Once the switch flips and you go, it's go time. It's go time until you're on the airplane again going home. So don't think, oh, today was so hard. No, because even after the show floor, 10 to 6, right? You got 10 to 6. That's 8-hour day. Well, guess what happens at 6 o'clock? After parties. Right. And then that's still work, right? Because you're meeting people, you're talking to people, you can't get to their booths. Because a lot of the people you want to talk to, especially the executives, they're in their own meetings during the booth time. Right. And you're doing your booth and your recordings, and we're doing our stuff. Right. And we're looking around at products. So the time when you see them is the after parties. It's another 8-hour day in the after parties. Right. Because you're 6 p.m. You're not back to your room till 2 or 3 a.m. That's a full other work day. Then you power nap it. Then you're back up on the floor. So don't look at it as this day. It's as soon as you're off the plane, it starts. The day ends when you're back on the plane. You crash when you're on the plane. So that is pro tip number 1, which leads into pro tip number 2. And this is the BC Hatchet pro tip. And you just joked at me about falling asleep on the bus, but BC's pro tip is maximize your taxi and Uber rides for power naps.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got 20 minutes from place to place, that's power nap time in that Uber, especially late at night, so that you can hit it at the party. Then you're back in the Uber and you're ready to go again. So that is the BC Hatchet pro tip. What is your pro tip?
I think we'd seen a lot of the power naps when we were over in Vegas, especially when we pull up to fast food joints at God knows what time in the morning to order 50 sliders and only eat 10. They all went to bed. All
right, so here's the thing. I will make one promise this year at ISE. I will remember the chicken nugget sauce.
Yes. The stories that we can tell if you visit us at the booth, and we can tell you stories off mic.
Yes. Well, they're more fun on mic.
Oh, yeah, they are more fun. What is your pro tip? And it can't be, plan your trip and plan your calendar. No. What is your insider pro tip? I think mine is good. Think of everything as one day. I think BC's is good. Maximize your power naps in the Ubers. What is your
pro tip.
Hold on to your voice when you're at nightclubs. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
All right.
Less talking, more drinking. And if you don't drink, that's fine. Do you know what? I find that like it is good that you can always disguise a drink with some orange juice. It is long nights. It is long nights.
It is very, very long nights. That actually, I think that's a low key, really good one because
you
it's
end up
easy.
shouting when you're in nightclubs, when you bump into someone that you haven't seen on the trade show floor, and then you realize the next morning, why have I got no voice left?
Mhm.
Especially when we are presenters and we're trying to present programs and we have no voice.
See, I do like that one. I do think it's low key, like I don't know what the right word for it is, but it's low key. You don't realize it in the moment because the liquor or the whatever is taking you through. But then when you have to talk at 9 a.m. the next day, how about that?
There we go. Did you find photos of this?
How about that? So speaking of late nights on, out on the town, for those who are listening and not watching, I just put up a picture of us at the Las Vegas sign.
That he hasn't sent me yet. You haven't sent me those photos.
I know.
It's like the hidden shows that we just come across.
They do exist. The things do exist. I promise.
Yeah, those were good nights. But with that in mind, right? Looking, we don't want to break any disclosure agreements or whatever on tech, and will have so much of that covered when we are actually at HETMA booth at ISE and touring around the floors and
on the recordings coming out.
To be honest, wow! Look, we're showing up photos of the party bus. One of those party buses where Joe fell asleep for hours and power napped simply because we were going to the Grand Canyon and he just no one go to the Grand Canyon.
Oh, seriously. All right.
Yeah.
I get a pass on that one because yes, it's a big ass hole in the ground. That's all it is. I mean, it is an impressive hole in the ground. I'm not going to, don't take me, get me wrong.
It was, it really started off on one of these softwares that Joe doesn't agree with called WhatsApp, of me just saying, can we go to the Grand Canyon? Can we go to the Grand Canyon? It's like, there's a big hole in the ground. And then everyone joined in. And then we had a party bus because we had that many people. That's how
it was a fun trip. I mean, it was long, but it was fun. All right. I'll give you the pass on that one. And I do like your pro tip of watch your voice, especially after hours.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you do see it. I mean, sorry, not to throw Neto, but there's always by around day 3 or 4, Neto does lose his voice.
Yes.
It's a staple of most mates. But then somehow you see him 2 hours later and it's back. I don't know what he does. We need Neto's secret sauce for getting his voice back.
Yeah. But does he stay the whole night at these events?
Oh, he party jumps like we do.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's it. Maybe he's just more of a listener and watcher at these events. And maybe we just need to do those type of things too. But we're not those type of people. Especially when I arrived at parties where Joe has had buckets of shots, jelly shots that he wants to use.
You know what though? You know what did get easier this year? Planning how to dress.
Ooh, look at that!
HETMA t-shirts in the house.
Limited edition. Do they glow in the dark?
Maybe.
Do they?
Maybe.
Because that luminous screen is very luminous.
Yes.
Or if you get the UV light, that's what we should do. We should dress up the boots one of these years in UV lights and just see how much we glow. Give like little UV pens out. So it's like, see, look, it glows. Yeah.
So
We went totally off track talking about parties there. But one of the things at ISE this year, which we can talk about, which we're not breaking any NDA agreements, is there's a lot of escape rooms planned this year. At ISE.
Oh wait, hold on. Do I have? Keep talking. I think I have a spooky sound.
Spooky sound. We should have used that for Joe's tips of the day. Spooky sound. Yeah, there's a lot of escape rooms happening. Do you know what? I've only ever done a sort of a escape challenge like Crystal Maze. You're not going to know what Crystal Maze is because it was an English Channel 4 program. But like, yeah, how can I describe Crystal Maze? It was a crystal maze, and you had to do things with your team to get a crystal that you got time inside the maze to win prizes. Yeah, we just YouTube it, guys. But yeah, so escape rooms, I've done sort of that type of crystal maze type thing. I've never actually been in an escape room where I'm going, okay, I want out now. I really want out now. And know what. Here's the thing, and it goes back again to the language barrier. Imagine you're doing one of these. What are you doing, Joe? Imagine you're perfect. You need to talk groups because I'm making a great point. Go again, Joe. You sign up to one of these boot tours that has an escape room. Not all the people with you on that team speak English, and you're stuck at the booth for 2 hours, and there's happy hour.
That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate getting different groups together.
Or how like it's like what I put on the HETMA WhatsApp. How do you keep people out of booth? You put them in an escape room. HETMA escape room coming up next year.
But speaking of other besides booths, I'll tell you, I'm very excited about the esports area in Hall 8, the drone area and robotics. I think it'll be interesting. I'm more optimistic about the esports only because I've seen some of the behind the scenes photos already than I am the drone and robotics. But I think there's a lot of cool stuff with that.
It's one of our neighbors, which is totally non-AV related, but they're there because they're from Barcelona. They make custom sneakers.
Next door, the custom sneakers.
Next door, yes. Hint, hint.
Why are we not getting new? Wait, someone on our board was supposed to reach out to them and ask them. Oh, breaking right now. Barcelona has just beat Valencia 7-1. Barcelona Football Club has beaten Valencia 7-1.
Breaking news also, Liverpool are still top of the Champions League table. Where's Villa on the Champions League table? Where? Totally on point. Totally.
Hey, I just saw breaking news. We have to give Barcelona FC scores if they come across the wire while we're live, right? We are going to Barcelona next week. So,
and the one thing that I'm looking forward to that apart from in ISE in the FIRA is they have it's like little prohibition type of things, and I don't know, did prohibition exist over in Barcelona in Catalonia back in the day, but these hidden.
I don't know. Have you ever seen a sober Spanish person?
No.
I mean, we weren't alive back then, so I guess we wouldn't know.
That needed the sparkly music there, Joe. But yes.
Oh wait, no, that one deserved.
Yes, we never. Have you ever seen it? Yeah.
So here's the thing, I do. So here we go. I'm gonna do. Hold on. Here we go.
Controversial topics.
With Joe Way.
So yes.
Controversial topics with Joe Way.
All right.
Okay.
So here we go. I need a better voice for this one, but here's what it comes down to.
Irish people can drink you under the table is a lie. That's it. Controversial topics.
Controversial topic. point of information, our drink is more alcohol than the American drinks.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, you don't get, and that's why when I say like you Europeans, like you talked about the way you handle your alcohol and all, but no. So you know what? There's lots of sober Spanish because I'd never see them drunk. They're always sane. It's the Americans that are dumb idiots. It's us who just walk around like fools. I mean, really me. I'm talking about me.
Do you see here, Joe, how I'm not disagreeing with you?
End of controversial topic.
Yeah.
So do you realize how happy I am that my soundboard is working again and you can actually hear everything through?
Yeah, thanks, Ryan.
Hey, shout out to Ryan Gray for telling me what to hit on the to hit on the StreamYard settings. All right.
Yes,
what else?
There's hidden pubs. This is where we were going with this. There's a hidden pub. So like you walk in, it looks like a newsagent's. And then like you open a fridge door or something and you go into a place called the Monk, which one of the parties is at that we got invited to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Thank you for that, Tim. But yeah, we haven't done those. So like you have your Teens to See in Barcelona. I've done some of the Gary stuff before and done the cathedral, but now I'm looking forward to seeing inside one of these hidden pubs and seeing what goes on.
I forgot which one. I'm going down our list of. I don't know if we're allowed to say them out loud.
The Monk Bar.
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah, we can give this one out because this is CTI Tech on Tap is at the Monk. That is there we go. It is Tuesday. There's a lot going on Tuesday. You realize we got
Can I have a controversial topic?
Here we go.
Yeah, but it won't change your voice. But here we go. Controversial topics with Justin Dawson.
The Irish bar is not an Irish bar.
That is true.
That is very true. Yes. The Irish bar is not an Irish bar over Barcelona.
It is Irish themed American country music.
Yes.
And controversial topics with Justin Dawson.
So, all right. So Tuesday night social. You ready for Tuesday night social calendar? You ready for this one? Okay.
Tuesday is the new Wednesday of ISE.
Tuesdays. Well, because you can't compete against Shure and Peerless.
No.
So, so you've got Bose. Well, Lightwear has at their booth. Then you've got Bose. Then you got X2O Media. We're really excited because we're co-sponsoring X2O Medias with them. So really excited about X2O. And then you got LTS&G and Scomes are doing a thing together over at
another non-Irish pub.
All right. And then
how close is that to our hotel? You're telling me that's literally like
it's literally in our lobby.
So that's where we end the night, right? And we have so I need to so the only reason on my list that CTI Tech on Tap is after LTS&G Scoms is because it starts later, right? So LTS&G Scoms is 8 or 7 p.m. to midnight, but then you have CTI Tech on Tap from 8 to 11. So for those of you who are listening going, wait, how do you know about all these parties? You can know about these parties too, just by going to hiredav.com/ISE2025 and seeing the social calendar. They're all right there. So look at that. So you've got Bose, then you got X2O, LTS&G Scoms, CTI Tech on Tap, all on a Tuesday night. Boom. All of that is amazing. And yeah, so Monk is CTI. We're really excited. So those who don't know CTI, so CTI is obviously a major global integrator. They're also the owners of AV Nation. So everyone is familiar with AV Nation. You still only have 1 week to go vote for Britt Yenser, the HETMA 3-year, and 1 week to vote for the HETMA virtual conference. So we've got AV Professional of the Year is Britt Yenser. We have HETMA virtual conference for as well for best education, as well as other great higher ed things. James's Slack channel is on there. We've got UNLV on there, Pace University. George Chaco is up against Britt. There's a lot of higher ed taking over that. Higher ed products. I know Epiphan Pearl was on there, I believe. I'm trying to think of the other one. Catchbox, I think might be the other. And we've got I'm doing this off the top of my head. I had notes on the other things. And so there's some great products and there's great stuff. So do check that out. But yeah, so we're really excited. So AV Nation, of course, and our very own HETMA chair, Erin Marmorand, of course, is the host of EdTech, and she'll be doing live recordings at the HETMA booth for EdTech as well. So you know, that last segment almost sounded like we were professional and knew what we were going to do. And we just rolled that one out of nowhere.
Well,
does that mean we have to do Wednesday? So that was Tuesday. What about, by the way, we skipped Monday, by the way. Okay. Monday Night Live. All right. So Monday night.
Sorry, Monday Night Live.
Okay. So Monday, of course, we have AV Tweeps meetup at the park. So the Irish pub is Monday night. As you get into town, it's the unofficial AV Tweeps meetup. You may or may not see most of the global influencers showing up there. So it is the unknown known party. But then Wednesday, look at this. You ready for after hours on Wednesday? Save AV, so sustainability in AV, right there in the hall, right? So as you're leaving, you start with a cocktail at Save. AV Magazine right there in the hall. So you've got Save and AV Mag right as you're leaving. And then Sure and Peerless, you know, are that kind of, there are some other things. Obviously, Sure and Peerless are a private invite. But I do assure you, if you're higher ed and you're going, talk to your rep. You probably have a display manufacturer rep that can probably get you into Peerless. You probably have a microphone rep, but Sure, we can get you into the Sure party. So we can't make those ones public, but then Thursday,
I want to talk about Sure being 100 years old, and you were at
100. Did you know that they announced their 100? I may or may not have seen and have the special logo gear before.
Yeah. I want some of that. I've reached out to my Sure people, and went rob the cookie jar. Pretty much.
I'm not going to say. All right. Hold on.
Parental advisory.
When Sure sent me the logo for our booth thing, I was like, holy fuck.
Parental advisory over.
So yes, and then of course I got to see it at NAMM because they officially released it at NAMM.
But I do like the little swag things that they were giving out and their little grabber arm machine. And I'm thinking, I hope.
How did you know about the grabber arm machine?
It's on Instagram. It's social media, Joe. I know you don't use a lot of social media. Instagram.
So you know what I did? I looked up and I did.
WhatsApp Joe doesn't like.
Pro move number 3. 4, because it was me, then BC, then you. Now I'm back.
You don't stand in line for the claw. Just look what's in there and then go to your rep and ask for it.
Yeah, well, I've already reached out on WhatsApp. I've already reached out on WhatsApp to the people that love me over in Sure.
All right.
Thursday night funnies. So
Thursday night happy hour
at the stage because there's only one Aer Lingus flight.
This is where. Hold on. I need to find the. Justin goes home.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean that one. So Higher Ed Happy Hour, the official ISE Higher Ed Happy Hour on the show floor on Thursday, 2 to 4 p.m. at the HETMA booth CS 220, and then we have Experience United / Rave from 6 to 9 at the Brew House. Hume Festival kicks off. And then we also have North Amber and Crest Fest. So there's some good stuff on Thursday night. So AV Roki hitting
That's
there.
interesting that Crest Fest that used to be on a Wednesday has now moved to a Thursday.
Because you can't beat against Sure and Peerless, or those people just jump. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's any better or worse. I'm just saying that it's better to own your own night.
Yeah.
Right? That's just you own your own night. Run your own night. And then Friday, if you're in higher, we have HETMA private dinner, HETMA member only, just like we do at. So here we go. If you're in higher ed and you become a HETMA member, We do at Infocom. How great was the Infocom Friday night where we rented this cowboy suite?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? How about that? So we are going to a restaurant that you have been to.
All right.
It has it. Yeah, you were there, right?
Yeah. Is this?
My
Is this?
effing restaurant.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So we've
is a great
rented out
place.
we've rented out the back room for the unofficial HETMA member only dinner on Friday night. So there we go.
Nice. Nice.
So
That is-
if you become a member and you're around on Friday, you reach out to any of the board members and we will tell you where to go.
That was a great night, especially when we were just chilling out. Came across this place while sort of Googling what's in the area, and go, is this actually a restaurant? And then we looked up, and there was.
Yep.
Yeah, that was nice. Yes.
So it's a great restaurant. So the whole back room, we're taking over the back room for
Mm-hmm.
the higher ed. And this is paid for by HETMA. No vendor sponsors allowed.
Oh, nice.
Right? This is Friday night. This is our night. This is us, by us, for us. So we rented out the back room. We're gonna have it'll be good. 8-course dinner, right? Wasn't it 7 or 8 courses?
Yes.
8 courses, and they pair an alcohol with each course.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're not getting a full glass. It's like a half glass, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but some of them are interesting, like they're mushroom flavored alcohol. Yeah, I remember.
But it was bad. I didn't want to try it, and it wasn't bad. But I'm going to tell you though, that rosemary steak.
Yes.
I could just eat that rosemary steak all day, all night long.
Mm-hmm.
So
you have a couple of HETMA committee that have birthday parties, and that's pre-ISE as well.
Yeah, pre-ISE. We do have a Sunday night birthday party. It is Troy Powers, our 2-year exec board member, and so he is coming on. Or no, hold on.
And this is where we
Take two. Joe will learn the language of English.
Okay, so it is Troy Powers' birthday on Sunday the 2nd. So we're going to do a dinner for him. So if you're in town, reach out. There will probably be an after party as well. Because, well, that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not, because we still have to get up early and be there on Monday morning.
Yes.
We can't burn out on Sunday.
No. Especially when the unofficial Irish bar starts.
Happy birthday to Troy.
And then the person that's taking you out that night asked me to come out a different night. But if he gives me a bottle of whiskey to bring home, I'll
you said no. Oh, hail no. I'm just kidding.
I know.
I didn't even know this button existed. I love this megaphone. This is now my new favorite toy. Actually, they are great. Sometimes we're NDA things,
And now we're back.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just so happy my soundboard works again. All right. So, we're at 53 minutes. Any last things we wanted to cover?
This is the most random of all episodes of a podcast that we've done.
No, we've had, most of us are how often do we actually stay on topic?
This has been a lot of topic.
Oh, here. One more time, let me at least do the banner across the bottom. Tell people to join us at booth CS220. Like and subscribe. Join the happy hour and get a free code. There we go. I did that duty.
Apart from the t-shirts, what other swag have you got?
I was looking if I had one here, but I don't have it. There is the limited edition football scarves.
Yes.
First 150 higher ed people to the booth get one. You must be in higher ed.
There may or may not be exceptions for our paid sponsors.
But only one per person.
Or company.
Okay, so there we go. Because it's only 150.
You know that old game, Joe, of bigger is better. We should play what's bigger is better, and see what is the better swag. Can someone top off that and just go, okay, well, we'll give you a sure 100 top for it.
Yeah,
It's like,
sure. I
oh,
mean, they could, but tell me, the scarf's it's pretty
it
badass.
is. Yeah, yes.
You know,
Yeah.
again, and why the scarf? Well, let's do a teaser because we're going to do a soccer pitch the next year, football pitch, sorry, in future years. We're working our way up to it. We were going to think to do it this year, but we just want to make sure we can pull off right. So we didn't want to bite too much off. So this next year, we're going to go bigger in 26. So this is the teaser. If you're an old school OG and you get a football scarf this year.
This that Joe's been playing around with since we're sitting on a boat and just going, yeah. Does insurance cover for like broken legs or anything like that during fight?
I don't know. I don't know. And then we of course will have stickers and stuff, and then maybe or maybe not.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news.
Okay. If you am I having way too much fun with that?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. What if you happen to be a sponsor?
Sponsor alert, sponsor alert. This is for you.
There may be,
or may not be, but there probably is,
a very special gift for you for your booth.
Ooh.
Huh?
Yes.
Sponsors only, special gift. Please stop by. Attention, sponsor partners. Please stop by CS220 on Monday or Tuesday to pick up your special gift. Only for you.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
And if you made it this far in the episode and actually got that, you really deserve it. All right, we should land this. We should land this plane. So what are we going to end it with? One last quick topic. Quick bits. What are you going to do? Give it to us.
Don't go to the escape rooms. You get stuck. Don't go. That's my.
You know what? They're probably fun.
Yeah,
but they're also probably taking a half hour of your time.
It's also a good idea. No, I've ditched the escape rooms. It's also a good idea to go back to Justin's tip of the day. For I see is they can show
tip
you
of the day number 3. No, tip number 3. Redo, rewind.
The booths that do escape rooms. It gives the people, the vendors on the booth, less talking. Just stick people in the room, let them play with the tech. There we go. It works. It works. Even if you don't. Yeah. And that's the way I'm going to land this plane. Follow me, subscribe, all the details on the bottom of the screen there. If you're watching online.
All right. So, there, like and subscribe. So my quick end is this. This is work. This is what we do. Make sure you take it.
This is work.
There. This is work. We get paid for this stuff. Can you believe it? Now, so remember that when you're there at the event, it's fun to get in and like we joke around and we talk about the fun and we do all that. And it is fun. And it is great meeting our people. But remember, on the Monday after, you're showing up to your work, you're showing up to your university, you're showing up to your school, and you have a duty to take that knowledge and that networking and the connections and the new products back to your institution and figure out how it fits for your environment. So while it's easy to get caught up in the wow, there's so much here, and the wow, there's so many people, and whoa, there's so many events, and whoa, there's all these education sessions, and whoa, there's all of this. And it can be very, very overwhelming. Remember, it's about the Monday after that matters, right? It's what are you going to take home with you?
Yeah, what are you going to follow up on?
That was a different button. Hold on. I meant this one.
And that was tip number 6? 5. 6. No, because you didn't really do a do-over. You gave a new one. So yours was 3 and 5, and that makes me 1 and 6.
And if you can remember any of these tips, or I got to tell you, this is probably one of my favorite sessions. We've had a good time on this one. I mean,
Except for the Liverpool sweatshirt, this was perfect.
Yeah, we were top of the league. Yeah.
Attention across the pond shoppers. We are sold out of Liverpool sweatshirts. Attention across the pond shoppers. We are currently sold out of Liverpool FC sweatshirts.
I want to go to that place in Vegas next time oh no, it's not even in Vegas. It's in California, isn't it? The dome where you can actually watch a game like you're actually sitting.
COSM? Yeah. COSM's
You're
pretty
going to take me
awesome.
there? Yeah. You're going to take me there.
When you're coming back.
Yes.
2 years? 2 years is when the next Infocom is. So
yes, there is don't forget there is an Infocom in Florida.
Yeah, but I mean to come out here, you're not going to swing through LA to go back halfway. I mean, you're like doubling your distance to go back halfway.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's right. Well, you want to go to CES. That's right around the corner.
Yeah, we go to CES in January. Yes, we should. We should actually set up a HETMA booth at CES. There we go.
Oh, that's mad. I wouldn't want to do that. That sounds like miserable. All right.
That's nice.
Hey, Justin. How do
Yes.
people get a hold of you and find you?
Find me on my website, justinordawson.com. I also do all things techie podcasts as well, talking about tech from an Irish perspective. And what else? avgroup.ie for if you want to join an Irish network for AV professionals there as well. But justinordawson.com is the main one to link it all.
AV Groupie needs a HETMA Roadshow, right? Are we going to break one? Are we going to just make it into existence?
Yeah, of course we are.
Why not? There we go. All right. And you can find me at Josiah Way on all of the socials. That's at Josiah Way. And of course, follow at Hired AV and HETMA_org. And of course, find us at booth CS220. Probably within the week. I'm going to release this in a few minutes. And a week from now, we'll be setting up a booth. So you'll find us soon. So and here's a little Spanish music to exit you. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. All the opinions expressed here are not necessarily those of our respective institutions, the sponsors of the show, or anyone who might want to sue us. Right? If you want to sue us, these are not your opinions. We do not align with that. We love you and we agree with whatever you think.
And we're wrong.
Yep, absolutely. And then besides that, make sure, here's the cover slide, and then about 5 seconds of music before I hit end recording.